What is clearly becoming uncontrollable? Misinformation on TikTok. I have to explain to so many students things like how body language experts on TikTok are practicing pseudoscience and how many things they think they know about media and technology are wrong. It's not their fault at all, but it does make me secretly kinda wish TikTok was banned, or I don't actually support the banning of social media apps in general. It is very noticeable for the post-COVID generation. The ability to abstain from purchasing technology it's required by companies. I remember the first employer I had that mandated every employee have a cell phone. I was beside myself. Access to services requires logins, portals, internet, phones or email for security codes. Fill in the blank. There's no choice, no changing it. I'm forced to participate, also funded. Being asked to tip or round up at the register. Everything in the US is already a gotcha with 0.99 pricing, sales tax, and other marketing bullshit. Now, there's a whole new class of purchases that end up with phantom costs at the end. Edit plus, the rounding up for charity is proven bullshit. So that's an auto no from me. Today's youth, they have no fear of anything. Hugger thug has taken over, and the justice system has gotten soft. They commit a crime, get arrested, and they're back on the streets in a few hours. Society has to learn that they need to get tough on crime again. Fake news and aggressive ideologies promoted on social media entirely based on dubious facts, or even straight-up fabrications. People are becoming increasingly radicalized and aggressive by them, to a point where calls for violence have become normalized. I am worried that people don't fully understand what impact this is going to have. The level of change in our world that is coming in the next 5 years. It is not controllable at this point, but it is going to fundamentally change our lives. Media outlets being owned by larger corporations with blatant political biases. It's damn near impossible to find an honest, an objective take on anything when most media outlets cherry-pick the segments of a story that suit their narrative. They're acting like fools in public, being rude and abusive to staff, and businesses going out of their way to placate these people rather than actually cracking down on it, undermining their own employees. Bots on social media. Twitter especially seems like a relentless barrage. Even if they ban automated ones, I'm sure they'd all be replaced by people in sweatshops running 50 accounts manually. Rent, home ownership of really anything tbh, groceries, inflation, education inflation, entry-level jobs, car prices, utilities, taxes, what people will do for clicks, etc. Tipping. I'll go places and sometimes the first option they present is 20 or 25. And then they hold it up to you so it is awkward as hell pressing custom. Overrated streamers who get paid crazy amounts of money for sitting on their asses doing nothing. Everyone wants to be a celebrity, it is crazy. People who think they have a right to tell someone to stop offending them rather than just blocking them or turning off the TV. Plastic pollution. I think that everyone gave up and just accepted that beaches and oceans are just going to be full of trash. Rent-to-income disparity. Along with it, people bad-mouthing other people who are in trouble and can't find a way to make it. Old nuclear is ultimately going to end up in the hands of terrorists, authoritarian guff. Orbital debris. A chain reaction is going to wipe out most of our satellites all at once. Sooner or later. Everything is a subscription. It's getting harder and harder to actually own what you are paying for. People's ability to see the other side of a debate and why most of the issues are not black and white. The kids in school, the violence they are bringing, and the parents who are checked out. Social media in general. People are being radicalized and believing in insane conspiracies. The bot accounts on RedditRandomThread. They are literally asking all the questions now. Nationalism and fundamentalism disguised as patriotism and religious freedom. Social division based on an ever-increasing number of cultural touchpoints. USA's tipping on literally everything is spreading to other countries. The liberal xenomorphs of Reddit have taken over this app. The rich getting richer while the poor are getting poorer. The hoarding of resources and the arrogance of Zionists.